Good morning. Welcome to Energy Works. Today we're talking about forgiving yourself. So I think that's one of the hardest things to do. I remember when I went to one of the doTERRA conferences in America and they brought out the emotional oils. And so I was muscle testing myself in great enthusiasm. And the one that came up was forgive. And I was like, oh, okay. And then it was like, well, who do I have to forgive? And it was myself. And I think that was the start of a very long journey of self-forgiveness. And I think I went through a whole thing with my skin too, where it was like I was hating on myself, and I had like a eczema thing all over my body. So it really is important that we actually show love to ourselves. So our body reacts when we our mind reacts, it's like all these things happen when we can't love ourselves and we can't forgive ourselves. So what parts of yourself do you have trouble forgiving, or where or which incidents in your life that do you have trouble forgiving? And how can we release some energy around these events that you can feel better about them? So again, in the throat chakra, so expression comes up. So what do you need to express? And often we're scared to express because we're scared to offend people, or that we're perhaps not doing the right thing by them, or they might be offended by us. Beatrix, hello, and Jackie, good morning. So, yeah, as I said, to me, this is one of the biggest difficulties, to forgive ourselves for mistakes that we've made in the past, or things that we felt that we stuffed up in some way. And often we carry that around in part of our body. So, it may be your throat, it may be your chest, it may be your stomach, it may be your legs. Where do you feel it in your body? Sometimes it's like now the brow chakra comes up. So is it in your head? Overwhelm comes up. And okay, Big Chick says, it's hard for me to let go of people who I trusted, but they took advantage of my care. Yeah, and some people are parasites. It's just, they are. So it's like learning to recognize the people that are parasitic in our lives, and to have boundaries, and to say, it's not okay for you to take advantage of me. I'm happy to help, and I have a certain amount of generosity, but I don't like to be taken advantage of. So forgiving yourself, that you trusted people that perhaps weren't trustworthy. Age 6, 13, 18, 19, 20, 24, 29, 52, 53, 54. Okay, big breath in and out. Okay. Good morning, Margaret. Yeah, and sometimes it's an ongoing thing that some people's mode of operation is to take advantage of other people, and it can be hard to work out what the correct boundaries are, and when to say something and when not to say something, and when withdraw our help if we feel like we're being taken advantage of. All right, I live my life on purpose. And, what is your purpose? What do you feel is the important thing to do? All right, now we're going to go to the heart chakra, which I feel like living your life on purpose comes from your heart, doesn't it? It's what you feel is important to do. All right, and what comes up here is insatiable yearning. So we're always yearning for it to be different or better. So tension or pain between the shoulder blades is also heart chakra. Hand pain, like not being able to act on your purpose, not using your hands to go do stuff. So we might use Melissa oil here. So Melissa is the oil of light. All right, Melissa assists individuals in receiving spiritual guidance by reconnecting them with their inner voice. It uplifts the soul by preparing one to ascend. When individuals feel too weighed down by the burdens of life, Melissa encourages them to keep going. It gives strength and vitality to the innermost recesses of the heart and soul. This oil invites all to participate in higher realms of living and dreaming. As they stay connected to spiritual sources, they feel lightness in their being and brightness in their core. So Melissa reminds everyone that each individual has a spark of divinity within them, and with love and attention, that spark will grow. This oil fuels that spark of energy, igniting in an individual's true self. Melissa assists them in shedding everything that is not in harmony with their inner light. I really like that. Because often we get stuck in behaviors of keeping people happy or doing things because we've always done them, and it may not be something that brings light. And another oil is rosewood. I don't have any emotion on that, but we can have a look. Sorry, I'm just looking up rosewood. Okay, good morning, Susanna. All right, rosewood essential oil is very rich in the anti-stress and soothing ingredient linalool, a naturally occurring compound with calming and conditioning properties. The rosewood oil properties encompass these beneficial compounds that contribute to its gentle yet effective action. So it offers emotional stability and empowerment. Calming and grounding properties. Heals inner doubts and fears. Breaking down barriers barriers and feelings of self-criticism, allowing feelings of love to gently flow from your depth. Sorry, can't say that. All right. Calming properties soothe the nervous system, reducing anger and irritability while opening the heart to feelings of safety and find where we're at. It's an antidepressant. Reducing anger and irritability while opening the heart to feelings of safety and connection to the spiritual energies. Rosewood's aroma and substances aid in detaching thoughts from every problems, renewing and cleansing thinking processes, and facilitating correct decision-making. It is believed to dispel unnecessary anger, disappointment, and sadness, inducing positive feelings towards oneself. This miraculous, energizing remedy for heart and mind also diminishes jealousy and suspicion, fostering emotional freedom. Those who frequently inhale rosewood aroma are thought to attract positive sentiments and enhance their overall well-being. All right, so it sounds exactly on purpose for what we're talking about today, doesn't it? So, where we're talking about this non-forgiveness of self, where do you feel it is in your body? So far we've done heart, throat, and brow. Is there anywhere else that you feel it? I have room in my heart for love. Oh, Beatrix says in the womb. Right. So second chakra. Okay. Sultana says in her aura. Oh, okay. All right. I am a creative and sensual being. I am enough is what comes up as well. Yeah, feeling used is stuck in your womb. And sometimes in our life, we allow ourselves to be used because we feel that the person loves us. And so we sacrifice ourselves for the person that we love. But sometimes some people are not very loving. And so it's hard for us to separate the love and the abuse. So forgiving those that have abused you. Which has got a generational component from your dad. So he has trouble forgiving. All right, so let's talk about the aura now. So the fourth layer of the aura. Which is interactions, relationships, and bonds. Past females. So age 16. Oh, hi, Christina. Feeling overlooked is hiding. So at the moment, we're talking about forgiveness of self, and we're talking about where that forgiveness is needed in different parts of our body. All right, so we've just been talking about the layers of the aura, so the fourth layer. And the third layer of the aura, so we've got thoughts and ideas stuck in that layer. So hooks, somebody hooking into you. Good morning, Elizabeth. So male from the past that hooked into you. Age 36. All right, Jackie saying neck and shoulder on the right side. Okay, thank you, Jackie. All right, also the seventh layer of the aura, so that's mental and spiritual connection. So leaking energy. Age 6, 10, 15, 41. Big breath in. All right. Okay, so checking in with your aura now, Rosanna. All right, so sore eyes, especially the right one. Okay. They're talking about the two sides. So your right side can be physical direction, masculine side, fighting, giving, and releasing. So the one that goes with there is releasing. I was going to say settled. Thanks. Oh, good. So some other feelings there. Emotional needs not being met. So age 16 and 20, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. No, 40 is good. Okay, big breath in and out. Misusing faith is what's coming up. So, and I think I've done the same thing. So at some point, I naively believed that if I did all the right things, that I wouldn't be pushed. But that's not how it goes. And if you listen to near-death experiences, we believe that, a good life is no challenges, really enjoying life, and that's a great way to be. But the other side, they think, no, a good life is when you are being challenged and you're growing, because if you're not growing, then you're going backwards. So it's like we want to be at this point where we're not being challenged, but we don't grow then. So it's like we need to be in a place where we are challenged so we can grow. All right, so I'm willing to grow is like, no. And sometimes we just feel like, no, it's too much. I can't deal with it. And sometimes we do need a little break, a little holiday, or, to go and sit in the bush for a minute and just calm ourselves down. So it's like we're judging other people. If they have this cushy life, they must be a better person. But that's not the truth. And every person has stuff. I've not met a person that doesn't have stuff. Like, okay, it's like understanding that we are here to be challenged. We agreed to be challenged, and we're here on this earth to learn and to grow. Right, so we're looking up eyes. All right, so this is in yeah. So the retina represents your feelings, the fovea represents your thinking. So it's in the thinking. Not wanting to understand what you were seeing. And sometimes it's hard to see things. I think especially with our family. When it's not how we would like it to be, when they're not harmonious and, living together and, doing nice things together, we can have opinions that this is, a reading of us. And I guess it's allowing other people to make mistakes, to get it wrong, and to suffer and to learn, because it's like some people can learn from other people's mistakes, and some people have to make all their own. And so, for a person that has to make their own mistakes, well, it has to be allowed to happen, because that's the only way we learn. So it's hard to watch when people do this, though. We don't want to see them making mistakes as we see it. But often the fastest learning comes from the mistakes, doesn't it? As we make a mistake and we learn, well, I mightn't do it that way next time, I can do it better. We grow. But allowing other people to do that is hard. So what else is coming up with the eyes is fearful of the future. Some people, they make lots of mistakes, and it's like they have to fall, and they're not prepared to, well, we're not prepared to allow them to fall, but it's like they have to fall in order to hit rock bottom and understand that they have to do it differently. All right, so holding, this is in the right eye. This is from Ina Siegel's book, The Secret Language of Your Body. holding on to pain from the past and projecting it into the future. So often we can see ourselves in our children or in the people around us, and we can see how we had wrong thinking or we made a mistake, and we don't want people to make that same mistake. All right, losing, this is in the left eye, losing trust that life will provide for you by buying into fear, stress, and worry. Now, easy to do that, especially in these last few years. The whole world has changed, and we're now, but it's very direct what I'm going to say, but we're now viewing evil incarnate, really. And we know that the good team wins, and we know that we came here to be on the light team. We came here to help. We came here to make a difference. And even though sometimes we think, what was I thinking? We're here for this reason. We're here because we are people of light, and we must shine. So sometimes we feel scared to shine, and we feel scared that we're going to be eaten alive in this bad time. But know that we are supported in the light, and that as each person shines their light, we encourage others to shine their light. So it is important for you to see the light within you, to forgive yourself, to allow yourself to shine your light. Because often when we feel awful about ourselves, we want to retreat, we want to go and hide somewhere, we want never to be seen again, and feel like we have leprosy and I don't want you to catch it. But that's not the truth. And each time we feel these yucky feelings or we see stuff that we don't want to see, it's the opportunity to clear what's stuck in us from the past, and the opportunity to see things differently and to act differently. All right, open your eyes and look at the sky's beautiful rays of blue light. Even if the sky is grey, find where it has glimmers of blue light. Close your eyes and visualize blue rays of light moving through your eyes, washing out all density, degeneration, stuckness, or hardness from them. Allow your eyes to relax and soften even further before opening them. All right, and also what's hiding in here is jealousy. And sometimes we can feel jealous. We can think, oh, your life is easier and better than mine. I wish I had your life. But again, every person has problems. There is no person in this life that has no problems. Not one. All right. Jealousy is an extremely destructive emotion. This is from Ina Siegel. As it is based on wanting something that someone else has. Jealousy brings distrust and fear that someone you love is going to hurt you. Jealousy makes people watchful, on guard, and narrow minded. On an emotional level, it closes a person's heart and creates fear and tension in every part of their body. Mostly, jealousy is based on feelings of inferiority and lack. And it's true, isn't it? I want what you've got. A jealous person often harbors ill feelings about the people of whom they are jealous. Thus, jealousy creates control, self sabotage, and limitation. Usually, it keeps the individual stuck in a vicious cycle of resentment, suspicion, and distrust. It's like an unhealthy spiral, isn't it? All right, so Inner Seeker likes to use different lights. So she says, using the orange red flame of purification, please burn and dissolve all jealousy, envy, and fear from my consciousness. Help me realize there is nothing and nobody I need to envy. Each of us has our own path, and I need to embrace mine and be grateful for what I have. Please help me to release all suspicion, control, and distrust that I am carrying. Give me the ability to let go of all resentment, ill feeling, and belief that I am lesser than others and that I can't have wonderful things in my life. Thank you. And then she also says, repeat the word clear until you feel things shift. So observe the orange red light move through your body, your mind, your emotions, and your energy field. and begin to clear and dissolve all negative thoughts, feelings, words, memories, and images of envy, jealousy, and fear. Yeah. Yes, often we look at other people and we think they got it all together. And of course, social media has a lot to answer for in that because, people put photos of them looking in their best and in the best situation. You don't see the ugly days where we cry and we don't want to get out of our bed. We don't see that. So it's like it's a false perspective that we're shown on social media. And I think of Brene Brown here, and she talks about vulnerability. And vulnerability is scary because you can be hurt if you're vulnerable with someone else. But also, if you want to connect to someone else, you have to be vulnerable. It's like you have to show your soft underbelly, and then they're more willing to show you that they also have a soft underbelly and that they want to be loved and understood, and as do we. So it, it is an important thing. All right, how are the eyes now? And Jackie, how's your neck and shoulder? And Beatrix, how's your womb? All right, so something stuck in T4. So T4 is the wiring to your gallbladder. All right, feeling irritable, annoyed, and frustrated that your life is full of struggle and seemingly insurmountable challenges. That sums up life well, doesn't it? May experience feelings of envy or jealousy towards others, how easy their lives seem compared to yours. Judging yourself and others harshly and looking at the negative side of life, carrying unresolved pain and trauma from the past. You're afraid to heal or let it go as that life is all you know. All right, so it's interesting, isn't it, how this is all connected and how then it ties into your body and your energy field. All right, so the seventh layer of the aura, which is mental and spiritual connection. So leaking energy from that layer of the aura. So current females. Oh, thank you, Beatrix. She said, I felt a warm hug when focusing on thinking about the sentence, I am a creative being. You absolutely are. All right, so the feeling stuck in the aura is panic. Age 6 with the panic. 42. All right, big breath in and out. I guess some people are creative, like they can paint or draw or write poems or music, or there's ways in which people can create beautiful things, and each of us create differently to each other, and what we create helps us to express ourselves and helps others as well. So it's like the creativity that you have within you is so important, and we need you to exercise that creativity in whatever way is manifest for you. And as you express your creativity, you inspire us to do that too. All right, a little bit more in the crown chakra. I'm full of positive thinking patterns. I'm the only one who thinks in my mind. And sometimes we can get entities and they talk smack to us and we think it's us. So it's like being able to um, pray, meditate, ask for divine inspiration, create a space or a time in which you can receive that inspiration. And sometimes we've prayed and we might not have the answer immediately then, but while we're hanging out the washing or while we're driving somewhere, a thought will come to us or an idea, and it's like this is inspiration. And of course, when we get the inspiration, immediately following is a smack in the head from the opposition. No, this isn't the right time. You shouldn't do this. So it's like we have to go back to the inspiration and what we felt. Okay. Right, so now we're going to go into one of the higher chakras. So the solar star chakra. All right, this phase is about living your life's purpose and experiencing and incorporating the entirety of life's experience, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And some things are definitely ugly in our life. All right, so vitamin D deficiency comes up here. So are you able to get out in the sun? And if you can't get out in the sun, you probably need to take some vitamin D. And I guess it depends on what the season is where you're living. Food cravings as well. I know that's me when I feel stressed or tired. I want to go eat something and it's not broccoli. All right, adrenal fatigue. So sometimes we've been running and running and running and running, and our adrenal glands are just like, I need a break. Hans Selye won a Nobel Peace Prize for his theory of adaptation. And basically, he said an animal under pressure can up the ante for a certain period of time, but if the pressure doesn't come off, the animal dies. So it's like, are we getting to that point that the pressure's been on and the pressure's been on and the pressure's been on, and it needs to come off? So somehow or another, we have to stop. Otherwise, our body makes us stop. Always striving comes up. Now, there's nothing wrong with wanting to improve yourself and wanting to do better. But also, we have to turn around and look how far we came up the mountain. You're working hard. You're trying. Don't give up. Give yourself a little rest. Sometimes there's a little plateau on the mountain. Sit under the tree for a minute and allow yourself to breathe and be grateful for what you've done. All right, embracing our light and shadow self. Now, we all want to show the light part. Oh, look at this, I can do this. But we also have the shadow part, and it's like it's hard to acknowledge the shadowy parts of us, isn't it? They're the parts we don't want you to see. Don't look at that part, it's yucky. But the yucky part gives us the opportunity to grow and to change. So it's like, all right, yucky part, what are you showing me? What are you teaching me? I'm willing to learn. All right, so we're going to go into an oil called Immortel or Salubel. All right, so Immortel's about spiritual insight. How appropriate. Immortel is a wonderful aid for meditation as it quiets the mind. So good, isn't it? My mind's often busy and thinking and running. It fosters inner stillness and encourages spiritual growth. These oils are gentle yet powerful. They assist in the release of negativity, darkness, and limiting perception. Yeah, so it's like we can't see the good that's there, or we can't see the possibilities. This blend can mitigate spiritual blindness and other spiritual issues by offering profound light to individuals. What we want, isn't it? We want to feel light. We want to feel inspired. We want to feel like we're living our life on purpose. Immortelle offers grace and comfort when one feels discouraged or distressed. This blend can assist individuals in transcending the darkness, pain, and stress of life. It offers support in raising levels of consciousness and preparing individuals for new heights of spiritual transformation. Okay. So you might want to use that oil to feel more hopeful, that, to help you see the divine grace in your life, just help you see how you're being supported and encouraged from the other side, even though you might not feel that you have love and support here and now. But often we do, we're just a little blind to see it. I might use Kim's book on this one. So I think this is the anti-aging blend. Yeah. All right, my positive states of being support my development of faith, hope, gratitude, kindness, love, patience, and trust in the divine. I transcend the darkness, pain, and stresses of life. I release my burdens with two hands. I release my burdens and with two hands take all my faith and certainty to step into the darkness, knowing that bright light will come to lead my way. So I feel that's very inspiring and hopeful. All right. So we have an Energy Works get together on the 25th. I think that's right. Oh, maybe I'm saying the wrong day. Let me just check. 29th. All right. So Saturday the 29th. So they haven't been huge the last couple of times, but it's nice to mix with like-minded people and to chat about things, clear a bit of energy, eat together, laugh together, sometimes cry together. And anybody's welcome to come, and we'd love you to come, and you're welcome to bring a friend. Okay, so let's just check in with everyone. How are we feeling? Is there anything else that's still having trouble to be forgiven or released? I just feel like saying I'm a ball of forgiveness. I'm forgiving myself. I'm forgiving other people. Because it's like that people present stuff to us and it's like, what do I need to learn from this? And even our own non-forgiveness, what do I need to learn from this? All right, 12th chakra. Which is the universal chakra. All right, so it opens up direct communication with the divine and is the entryway to enlightenment. It also allows access to advanced spiritual abilities. Wanting to escape the body you are in. And sometimes we can see our body as less than or weak, but each weakness is divinely designed, perfect imperfection, to help us learn and grow. Strengthened by solitude. So I find it hard to have solitude. Sometimes I have a lot of family and, we work, and sometimes it's hard to get that little bit of time on your own. And the oil forgive, which we talked about in the beginning. All right, forgive challenges individuals to let go of bitterness and hostilities and to embrace other people as an extension of themselves, as part of the human family. It reminds individuals to live by the golden rule, to treat others the way they themselves would like to be treated. It invites individuals to free themselves by realizing that others are usually doing the best they can and deserve compassion and forgiveness, as do we. Right, if you want to feel free, you might need to use your forgive oil to help let go of those things that you're hanging on to. Forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others, forgiveness of situations in which it didn't go perfectly and we felt that it was unfair. And also to help us be a bit more empathetic, to, walk a mile in someone's shoes and understand how they feel. We can judge other people when they're a little bit more narcissistic or controlling. And usually it's from some awful experience that they had in their life where they didn't have control and suffered. And so they then mistakenly wanted to control every situation. So it's like a misperception and the opportunity to change it, to do it differently. But often we want to control things because we hate the pain that we suffered, and often we need to release the pain from wherever it's stuck in our body. All right. Well, thank you so much to those that came on the call. Thank you for being vulnerable, sharing. I really appreciate that. It helps others. We don't know whose energy we're clearing at the time, yours definitely, but can be other people who listen later. And please feel free to share the podcast with other people. They're welcome to join the Energy Workz group. And thank you for being you, and thank you for your bravery in facing your own difficulties and problems. And I wish you to feel divine love and to feel that you are beautiful and acceptable as you are and as you journey through life and untangle and unfold the things that are holding you back. All right. Thank you. See you.